Yeah. Trying to force me to get. Yeah. Southern Force in the building. Turn the speakers up. We don't just watch, we break it down and cut it up. They said react, channels everywhere. What make you different? We don't just play the clip, we talk facts and we listen to the voice from the south with the force. Yeah, the name got weight. When we press that record, know the tape will resonate. We don't chase clout waves, we dissect the scene. From the streets to the net, yeah, we cover in between. If it's viral, controversial, or the culture in flames, we bring truth to the table, never water the game. Southern voice, global reach, yeah, the brand stay rising. Real reactions only, no fake supposing. If it's cap, we call cap. If it's real, we salute. Either way, hit subscribe if the uncensored truth. Southern Force Media. Yeah, we live with the reacts. Lay it clip, toss quick, then we speak on the facts. From the south to the world, yeah, the channel and tap. If you want real talk back, Southern Force React. Southern Force Media. Yeah, we live with the reacts. Lay the clip, pause quick, then we speak on the facts. From the south to the world, yeah, the channel on the tap. If you want real talk back, Southern Force Reacts. They debate in the comments, we address it on screen. No script, just in sight, keep the convo clean. Rent the music, the drama, internet or the streets. We translate what you see to what it really means. Independent grind, yeah, the platform self-made. No industry filter on the words that we say. If it's trending, we trending, but we never gon' fall. Authenticity louder than a story you talk. Southern Force Media. Can we live with the reacts? Let it clip, pause quick, till we speak on the facts. From the south to the world, yeah, the channel intact. If you want real talk back, Southern Force Reacts. Southern Force Media. Yeah, we live with the reacts. Let it clip, pause quick, then we speak on the facts. From the south to the world, yeah, the channel intact. If you want real talk back, Southern Force Reacts. Southern Force Media.
So when you see that logo pop up, yeah, you already know. Real reactions.
From the south to the world,
real perspective. Drop Southern Force. Let's go.
Southern Force Media.
Man, we back again. Welcome to Southern Force Reacts. I'm your host, Southern Force On Point. For those of you that are new to my channel, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. I appreciate the haters too. Keep me in the algorithm, why don't you? Today's topic, Charleston White, the untold truth behind the transformation. This is very interesting since this is coming from my hometown of Dallas-Fort Worth, and the brother is from there. Got to be unbiased. Got to deliver the content. So, really haven't looked at this. Without further ado, let's check it out. Legal.
There was another guy with little short, younger guy.
Yeah.
Shout out to Moxie Approved.
This is Charleston White.
The short guy
Just hours earlier, he begged for ops to pull up.
was leaving because I thought they were still in the building.
Though done many times before, it would be this time someone decided to show.
So when I ran out and asked where they are, a guy said that they was in the bathroom.
What if I told you this wasn't a mistake? It was a part of the plan.
It's a
This is the story of a 14-year-old convicted murderer who progressed to sitting in council meetings,
or life because no one has corrected the problem.
working with police, trying to save kids from the exact lifestyle he came from.
I believe my message, as well as the people that's connected to my organization, as far as my colleagues, have some very powerful stories of redemption.
Now he's famous for mocking the dead,
May they all like King Von.
calling the police on rappers,
It's my dream to put a in jail.
and turning chaos into business.
Say, T.I., listen, if your boy jump on me, y'all will bury that yellow motherfucker.
So which one is real? The activist, the citizen,
And we have been pleading.
or the man who figured out how to turn outrage into clout?
I keep a goddamn gun for whatever.
Karma's real, and you're going to get what you're looking for, bro. I promise.
By the end of this story, you're going to realize that question doesn't have an answer because the confusion is the product.
What's the first question? Let me see if my old ass got
Man, I'm
it.
done. Get them back their money. They won't let me answer.
This is the cap story of Charleston White.
You got cap in your raps. You got cap in your raps.
Charleston White was born in Arlington, Texas. At 14 years old, he was involved in a robbery.
For those of you who don't know, Arlington, Texas, that's Tarrant County area. That is not Dallas County. Just want to clear that up. But it is Dallas-Fort Worth. We are connecting together. We just split into two different counties. Let's go.
That ended in murder. And just like that, a teenager was facing a capital murder charge in the state of Texas. Now, most people want to frame this as the beginning of a redemption story, but it wasn't. It was a test run. Because in order to survive that...
Now, I want y'all to look at this. This is back in late 80s, early 90s, if I recall. As y'all can see, if the state of Texas can hem up young black men like this, what make WAC 100 so different? I just had to thought about that because I'm still thinking about the Willard, Texas, with the guns, multiple ammunition, cross state lines, and all that stuff. So it's weird, but we'll put a pin in that for later. Let's go.
Situation, Charleston White did something that would define the rest of his life. He adapted. And once you learn how to survive by adapting, you don't stop. You just apply it to the next system. He testified against his friends, and instead of spending his life in prison, he was sent to juvenile detention until the age of 21. He didn't beat the system. He learned how to do whatever he can to get outside of it. After getting out, he enrolled in Texas Wesleyan University, earned a degree in criminal justice, and in 2012, he founded the Hype Foundation, helping youth people excel.
I believe my message, as well as the people that's connected to my organization, as far as my colleagues, have some very powerful stories.
Man, at this time, we wasn't tripping. Did your time, never told, never fold, came home, and started a program to help out our youth. And this is something we could get behind. So we're not tripping on this. If you live for future reference, young black men, black women, listen, if y'all do something like this, I don't think OGs will shun you for this shit, man. I think if it helps out the community, you're putting forth effort to better your community. Shoot, it probably get him straight. Like, man, I need to change my stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna move how I move. You know what I'm saying? As far as push that line in the streets, but yet at the same time, yeah, I need to give a damn about my community. Shoot. Go do that somewhere else, but keep your community straight. Let's go.
Stories of redemption.
Working with police, local government, schools, speaking to kids who are heading down the exact path he came from.
Or life, because no one has corrected the problem, and we have been pleading.
Now, on paper, this is where the story is supposed to end. Young man makes one grave mistake, pays for it, and works the rest of his life to help others avoid it. But that's not what happened. He started posting online, speaking the same messages, trying to reach a wider audience, and almost nobody was watching. No traction, no motion. And that's when something clicked, because Charleston White had already learned how to survive the streets. He already learned how to survive the system.
Farrakhan hair slick to the side. We don't want to hear nothing from no with no good motherfucking hair.
Now he was learning something new, the algorithm. And helping people doesn't get attention, but controversy does. The first sign that something...
See, this explains a lot, and you hear it a lot on when he does podcasts or he sit on platforms or stages, and he talk about certain things. That's the old Charleston White, and he was more of a philosophical historian and a civil rights activist. He still does that, but he does it in a way to tap the young folks, you know what I'm saying? Try to get on their level, play the character, and then turn around and bring them in to that message. Say, quit making stupid moves. You tell it on yourself. I ain't got to tell it on you. You tell it on yourself. Let's go.
Something had shifted came when he went online to discuss Nipsey Hussle's death. Not to mourn, not to reflect, but to mock.
How he died? They say he got shot. Good. He got what he deserved. Yeah. Slim 400 is burning in hell with Nipsey Hussle and Monster Cody.
He did the same thing with King Von.
May they all die like King Von. May they all die like Nipsey Hussle.
2 young black men whose deaths he claimed to be an advocate against. His justification was that he was showing the community the consequences.
Y'all gotta understand, in this day and age, dude Charleston really, in real life, really want a brother dead? No, no black man dead, right? But y'all also gotta understand that it's a lot of crash outs and crash dummies with no helmet out here acting stupid, doing stupid ass shit, even when they make it and make millions, and still doing stupid shit, and then influencing our young youth to do that stupid shit, and they ain't even got the millions. So when they crash, they looking for a King Von, and guess what? He's not there for you, because for a simple fact, he's in his lane, you're in his lane. But rest in peace to King Von, no disrespect, but this is the mind of a YN, and we got to change spin that narrative because of strength and numbers in our people. And if we keep on letting these artists, who's not even, most of them never even jump off the porch, that's telling them this dumb shit, then we lost them. We can't blame them. We can't blame nobody. We can't blame the system. We got to blame us. Us as a people in the fucking community. Stop blaming everybody. Take some accountability for your shit and how Man was acting a goddamn fool when he a little snotty nose. You let him walk by, and you should have told Miss Gladys so she can whoop his ass. But no. Oh, they go, Man, he acted crazy and stuff. But instead of saying something, talking to your neighbor in the black community, y'all just let that shit roll on by, and he feel like that's the way to act. Then when he put a little bitty petty crimes with that shit and turned to big crimes, y'all just pray to God the man don't steal your fucking TV. Let's go.
Consequences of street life. That this was a lesson.
We talking about free and Nipsey Hussle killer. Y'all holler free everybody else. Y'all holler free YMW.
The problem with that logic is that a lesson requires a classroom. What Charleston White was building was an audience.
Everybody laughing in dirt like they were laughing.
Now, I don't agree with that. He talking about y'all say free everybody else. I don't think it should be run to the internet. You know what I'm saying? Especially when they're talking about, you know what I'm saying, when it's put a negative perspective at how evil this internet can be when you put something out. I mean, it could be the nicest thing or you know what I'm saying, just a genuine thing you could say on the internet, and then turn around, it's turned into 100 memes. You see what I'm saying? So I don't agree with him on that, because you're gonna hear me say free anybody, especially any one of our black men. Now I hope they get their mental together. That's the thing. Get yourself together, get your mental together, so you can keep from not being in that situation. Take the skills that you learn and put into a business perspective, and put people around you that know how to conduct that type of business and can give you the guidance and that knowledge you need to grow your own entrepreneurship. You feel me? That's how you turn the street game and turn it into entrepreneurship, a legit way, something you can respect, something your kids respect, something that can be generational wealth. That type of stuff. Let's go.
Happened to me when I went to jail.
He would be the internet's first character to proudly take on the label of being a snitch.
Roll and check my ass can cash, so be it.
I'm calling the police.
He's a documented gang member. Young Thug made a threat, and the nigga had a gun that was with him, and Thug stood by him.
I'm the one that...
Gotta stop him there. Okay. Now, I'm gonna be real, I ain't got nothing against my young street brothers. I ain't got nothing against active members of the tribe, right? But y'all stupid ass come to the internet and say this shit trying to be hard. If you already prove your stripes on the fucking street, what the fuck you need to go to the internet and prove that you're hard? And then y'all get mad because niggas like that call the police. He already tell you gonna call the police. But you get mad and still say the dumb shit you say and indict yourself. Stop doing stupid shit. Let's go.
Put the feds on brick bacon. I keep telling you, how do you think I be playing?
At first, people thought it was just a character until those tapes began to surface.
He pulled the hammer back on the gun.
No, he was a snitch, a tool he would use as leverage, and soon he would have his shot at the big leagues.
You Charleston White's head.
Snitch ass.
Once Charlie realized the formula worked is when the real Cap began. Now the system needed scale.
Say, I'm pressing charges against Soldier Boy Homeboy.
Charleston's first mainstream Cap will be with the greatest Cap of all time, Soldier Boy.
Man, you, and he say, bro, you maced me.
In 2022, the Unk of Cap would not only douse the Soldier Boy clique members with mace, but he called the feds as well.
I hit that mother.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I seen that shit. He maced the shit out their ass. It was nasty work. But he tell you don't come around here playing. He tell you he gonna call police. Y'all dumbass niggas be crashing the fuck out, man. So you get what you get. When a nigga tell you something first time, believe it. Because then you turn to a man with the black eyes. Shit, what do you say to him? Nothing. Because his ass already been told twice. Let's go.
One more time, just for goodness sake. That Soldier Boy said, what the f***? Pulled out some pepper spray and sprayed it in the air, nigga.
Damn, Soldier. These teeth. This nigga got 32 front teeth. It's crazy. Let's go.
With the spread in the
Oh, shit. Boy,
say, I'm pressing charges against Soldier Boy Homeboy. I got my people contacting that Atlanta district attorney. The rappers have threatened to ban me. They got videos with guns.
He didn't just snitch. He turned it into content.
Threatening my life and everything. I'm finna see if I can get them niggas a RICO case.
The Cap story worked and would keep both names running headlines for days. The antics will place Charlie right in the sights of one who has his own Cap story, DJ Academics.
Spoken quite a lot about like people like, you know, King Von, who passed away.
Yeah.
Becoming the Unk of Cap.
You've turned his death into almost a celebration.
Well, tell that King Von dead, all of them gonna die.
That same year, he got into a back and forth with T.I.
Boy, Charleston White, you was a bitch, boy. And we was about to whoop your ass when you come back down here.
Over comments he made about T.I.'s son, King Harris.
Why you go in on that boy like that, his son?
Cause I think his son ugly, and I think he's unruly, misbehaved, little yellow little boy.
Say, T.I., listen, if your boy jump on me, y'all will bury that yellow. I shoot him right in his goddamn throat.
The feud escalated into a public war where White challenged T.I. to produce what he called paperwork, claiming T.I. was the real cooperating witness in various cases.
You better tell him you work for Crime Stoppers. He talking about I got a badge. You had a badge, so I had a badge, T.I. Remember?
Don't play with mine. I ain't finna say no name. I don't play police games. If I go to jail, it's gonna be for something.
Whether it was true or not was not the point. It never was. It was the reaction and the fact that a 40-something-year-old convicted murderer turned activist was arguing with T.I. And this is where things started to get confusing, because on one side, Charleston White is disrespecting the very culture he claims to be protecting. On the other side, nobody is touching him. No retaliation, no consequences. Just more clips, more attention, more clout. He isn't losing control. He's controlling the reaction.
It's only two outcomes of this life, right? So why they so mad now?
Every time he says something outrageous, he already knows what comes next. The threats, the anger, the viral clips. And then that's when he flips the script and goes to, well, he's just a citizen. He'll call the police.
It's my dream to put her in jail.
Charleston White figured out something most people never will. If you can control both sides of...
All right. Now, I've been hearing this saying, should we hold citizens, civilians accountable for certain stuff they say on the internet when it comes down to street politics, right? This is how I feel about it. A lot of our tribal members, whether it be in a bandana or street politics, right? They get on this air, try to be the hardest nigga on the planet, and they don't know who they telling this the information, the stuff what's going on around their surrounding areas can get is maybe normal to you and normal to me, but it's not normal to that civilian. So in this day and age, when you tell a civilian or even bring them around, you know what I'm saying, certain things in certain situations with certain people, and he's into this social media world and this YouTube world, he's gonna get wherever get him clicks, likes, and views. He see all these people getting money, even some of the people who are members, you know what I'm saying, on YouTube getting money. He like, man, I ain't finna have them get the money. Shoot, I ain't never broke a law in my life. Why should they get the money? It's jealousy. It's jealousy. That's part of it. So then they get there thinking, well, I don't know them nothing. They a criminal. I'm a civilian. You see what I'm saying? And then next thing you know, everything, your homeboys who don't even be on YouTube, your people you know that don't even fool with no social media stuff, is involved in shit because you may let something slip out, or you may have him around some other people who talking politics or talking your street talk that, you know, guess what? he's gonna chime on it. And the first thing that the civilian's gonna say is, well, man, I'm just a civilian. I'm just a civilian. Listen, for you civilians, when you put yourself in street and gang politics, you're not just a civilian. And especially when you talk about stuff that's activated. Because if it's not activated, well, that's you gonna have to deal with that little squabble up, because you may offended somebody, or you may have a family member that went to a tragic situation with that event and sue you. So yeah, that's you're gonna get what you get. But now when you're talking about a case that's active, or that can you can possibly activate it and get an investigation in along with an enhancement, then you're not a civilian no more. You're the op. You're the op. You're the op. Back in the days, you had some. I ain't gonna lie, and I'm finna be unbiased. You did have some members and some G's and stuff. You know, say you got shot, and then somebody come out from nowhere and set up shop. You feel some type of way. You don't want to press no war, so you call one of your little lieutenant buddies that you got on the payroll and tell them, "Hey man, I thought I paid you enough to make sure nobody sidestep on my hustle. What you doing? I need you to send some guys out here to take care of this, man. They sidestepping. Don't I pay you enough?" Sounds familiar? For those who was raised in the 60s, 70s. Sounds familiar? In the 50s. Sounds familiar? Let's go.
The reaction, you can say anything and nobody can touch you.
You and now another person ain't gonna do nothing to me. And I ain't worried about none of you. I ride around this city like I can't be touched.
Charlie was just getting started.
Hey, nigga, let me tell you something. Nigga, I got a murder on my background, bitch. You a basketball playing bitch.
He continued his rage bait tirades by stating a popular conservative take that George Floyd was nothing but crackhead causing confusion.
That nigga George Floyd was a dope fiend.
He a long, blue eye center looking dope fiend. He died of a fentanyl overdose, George Floyd. And I've been saying it since he died. Matter of fact, I'm re-releasing my album, dissing George Floyd.
Close member of Floyd, former NBA player Stephen Jackson, would take the bait and found out what fuels these risky tirades: guns, and plenty of them.
For anybody that feels they have to talk about somebody who's fighting for their life or talk about somebody who's dead to make themselves look better, nigga, you dying inside. Karma's real, and you gonna get what you looking for, bro. I promise.
My time coming. Well, let my mama tell you, everybody time coming. Basketball playing, boy. You ain't gonna do nothing but get on her and talk.
It was clear what he was really after: the fame.
I've been talking about George Floyd for a year. Ain't nobody nothing.
And then he would cross a line. A line is a boundary, and Charlie had none. And that's what most people thought would end everything. By 2023, he had become one of the most watched figures in Black social media, not because people respected him, because people could not stop watching. Then came the beef that nobody was ready for, where it stops being entertainment and starts getting personal. Gilly the Kid. The tension between him had already been building. Gilly had dismissed Charles publicly, reducing him to a nobody, asking the question that would stick with him: what is he known for?
When I ask you, what do you know him for? Think about it. You don't even know. You know him for disrespecting because that's known.
But if you Google my name, Gilly, you'll see. Matter of fact, if you Google Charleston White, hyped, Hyped,
Charleston took it personally.
That is a good question, an interesting question. Does Charleston White only, and let's put it for both, does Charleston White and Whack 100 only target Black folks because they either want to change their community for the better, or they feel like we're easier target than the white folks? Put that in the comment. Hit that like button. Let's go.
If mama can die tomorrow and I'll laugh.
And all this over a Pop Hunter disagreement.
Oh, no, all this because you say you'll slap me, nigga.
But then, in July of 2023, something bigger happened. Gilly's son was shot and killed. And for a moment, Charleston White sounded like a completely different person.
Yeah, man, my heart go out to Gilly. And nigga, I don't even like Gilly.
He went online and offered condolences, defended Gilly. For the first time in a long time, he sounded human.
When I woke up and saw that news, nigga, yeah, my heart ached for that man. So I ain't gonna know I'm wrong and continue to be wrong as a man. Gilly, I apologize, my nigga.
And if the story ended there, you could argue that everything that happened up to this point was just a performance, shock tactics. But it didn't end there, because not long after that, Charleston White came back.
Oh, okay.
Probably about another 2 days.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
All right, love you.
I love you too.
All right.
Okay.
Say, Gilly, you want to hear your son's voice just one more time?
And he didn't just retract the apology, he flipped it.
I remember how you and Wallow cried.
He started mocking Gilly's son publicly, repeatedly.
You and Wallow were crying.
Turning one of the worst moments in a father's life into content for a reaction.
Oh, my son.
And that's the moment people's feelings started to change. Because you could justify controversy. Shit, you could justify disrespect depending on how far you're willing to stretch that logic. But there is no version of mocking a grieving father's murdered son that translates into helping the youth. That's when people stopped asking what Charleston White was doing and started asking why they were still watching, and whether Charleston was ever in this to help the youth or himself. Nevertheless, Charlie Cap would continue his run.
That is a good question. Put that in the chat. Hit that like button. Was Charleston all about the youth and the community, or he just got it? He just said that to get to this stage, only to help himself and SOS, save us, be on the save ourselves type attitude instead of saving his people. That's an interesting question. I mean, as a native from DFW, he still helps out the community. He still does some things around the community. So to answer your question, yes, but no, because he's a busy person now. He's moved up in the algorithm. He's traveling a lot, so he's not doing as much as he once was. But who anybody when you elevate to that level? Not excusing it, but yeah, it's different because I remember hearing about this man, talking to people at Lone Star, which is a juvenile in Dallas. I've been to there a couple times, so yeah, and it's different. He went from that to, doing this, but he tells you in a lot of his videos, he does it to get your attention. So because the only way he can grab your attention is at ignorant. See, when he was acting politically correct and as a civil rights activist, nobody was hearing him. But when he grab your attention and disrespect people you admire, now he grab attention. You're gonna talk shit, and then the algorithm gonna blow up with him. It's gonna put him on platforms. He's gonna talk bullshit till he be able to get to a point where he tell you, hey, this is the character that I play, but this is how I am. This. And yeah, he called police. That's a $130 soaking wet with one eye. Why would he not call police? Quit playing with that old nigga. Shit. That's it. Keep telling y'all, like what I say, well, tell the man with two black eyes. Nothing, because his ass already been told twice. Let's go.
Beefs with other creators.
That song camera say, bam, died it. That nigga had a long
boxing matches, and more. Most of the content will be the cause of Charleston one by one being demonetized on platform after platform. That's when he would decide to take his act on the road.
Lakers, Jazz, and Warren ass. Pull out some money though.
Booking comedy shows where he would spew this rhetoric in person.
Pull out some money. I hit you on your goddamn head. Hit you on your goddamn head.
His system stopped working, but Charlie would adapt again, demonetized on all major platforms, but still getting paid from interviews.
So one thing about it, this will get one nigga off of me, this will get 10 niggas off.
And when the well runs dry, create conflict for clicks and views.
So why is it that they so mad about Gilly's son?
But every system has hiccups, and sure enough, Charleston would have one of his own, where the story takes a turn nobody expected. The viral moments for Charlie Cat begin to stack up, but something was off about these moments.
I keep a goddamn gun for whatever. Don't give a fuck about
Some of them came off rather unbelievable.
shit, nigga. I keep a fucking gun.
Once you see it, you can't unsee it.
I keep a fucking gun.
There would be one podcast appearance he would make where the cat was finally out of the bag. Charleston's appearance on the Go Crazy podcast wouldn't end like his usual interviews.
What the fuck is wrong with you? What?
How you an angry and always popping your you a happy nigga.
The host began cutting his sentences short.
So now you contradicting shit because I be checking you out. You popping shit.
Downplaying his answers.
That's why I don't like talking to young
nigga. I ain't young.
How are you?
I ain't young.
On top of that, kept a loaded pistol of their own.
Where he would claim that the young dude who he was having the back and forth with before the podcast, he pulled out his gun and to make it more visible so Charleston White could see that he was strapped.
A little young dude down there, dark-skinned dude, had a big old pistol hanging out of his pocket.
Charlie will peep the scene and decided to cut his own pay.
Your first question. Your first question was.
What's the first question? Let me see if my old ass got
man,
it.
Get them niggas back their money. They want to let me ask a question. Get them niggas back.
The news would be what led up to that moment. You see, Charlie was a master strategist of plays, pre-planned skits that would seem to come off as real, but was nothing more rather than different agreeing parties on improvised scenarios. End result, days of internet coverage would ultimately lead to massive income.
The whole thing they approached us on anyway. They wanted to pull a publicity stunt.
viral moment.
They wanted to pull a viral moment.
But these dudes provided receipts of Charleston White and his team actually planning this out.
He was gonna have to tase somebody coming out of the audience trying to run up on him when we get to talking about the sexy red stuff.
After the podcast refused to participate in a scenario where someone would get maced, the energy shifted, as well as Charleston's aura.
Have to be a special type of cloud-hungry, cloud-thirsty insect to want to pull this off.
What a lot of people question happened to be.
Whoa, Charleston. Oh, Flacco even downgraded you, man. He called you thirsty, man. Flacco, man. That's nasty work. Let's go.
True. He doesn't just control the reaction, he scripts it.
Like, it's like, why? You're 50, bro. Like, do podcasts and give us ideology.
There's no telling what's real out of anything you've seen, creating his own sector that would eventually catch like wildfire.
Take the second exit on Westchester Avenue.
I need to get to the hospital quick.
But just like every fire, it was beginning to burn out. It began to seem like the lights were starting to dim. Well, one afternoon, it was clear everyone wasn't with the games. It would be Charlie's turn to get that head cracked. This would happen when White would do one of his usual call-outs for anyone to pull up. Well, this time someone took the offer and would catch one-eyed Willie dozing off in a barber seat. Sure enough, White would end up in the police station, living up to his self-proclaimed snitch title.
There was another guy with him, little short, younger guy. Yeah, his name? I don't know his name. Did he do anything, or was he? Nah, he pointed. The short guy. I ran to the car to get my gun as they were leaving because I thought they were still in the building.
One crack across the noggin wouldn't stop old Charlie.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
But the image was past fading. The one to really show him will be Oskino Vasquez.
But he's so diabolical. God said, you know what? I'm gonna speak on his butt for that because that's not right, Charleston, right?
Philly rapper, former Hype Foundation ally, someone who had actually extended Charleston White hospitality when he came through Philly, and someone who, unlike every other person who tried to engage White's chaos on his terms, decided not to fight back. He decided to make White the punchline.
Sheena, I knew it was something to you. I said it has to be something to this stutter. Why he got a speech impediment and trying to get out so much to say.
Charleston's shock value wouldn't cash out like it used to, going to his now familiar move of talking about Oskino's dead child.
And you've been going back and forth for a couple of years, ever since I said Gilly son. After I said Gilly son, I came back and said, yo boy.
Finally, the well dried and people got tired of the disrespectful antics.
I really think something wrong with me.
But Oskino would make it worse, making videos that were not angry, not threatening, just funny.
And I understand what she was doing. Like I said before, it's called rage baiting.
Here's the genius of it. Charleston White's entire machine runs off a reaction. The bigger, more serious the reaction, well, the more fuel he has. Anger feeds him, threats feed him, but comedy starves him. Oskino coined the phrase that briefly became a meme: I cooked your toast.
What it really is I'm cooking this fucking toast.
And for the first time in his internet career, Charleston White started to lose control of his own narrative because someone was funnier.
Say cheese, you bigger than YouTube. You're not bigger than my son. He's 16. You 5'5", you're not bigger than my son. You're not bigger than anything.
In December of 2025, and what fans quickly labeled the most significant moment in the beef, Charleston Whiteman announced he was done with YouTube, done with interviews, he was retiring.
So I want to get off YouTube, get into streaming, but not being a streamer. You see, Say Cheese, you tell him you're not doing YouTube no more. You're not doing interviews no more. You can't believe you let this hurts me more than anything. He let Oskino on his platform to talk about him and how he quit. He tired of this. Bro, you met your match.
Oskino had trolled the troll into retirement. It didn't last. They never do. But the fact that good old Charlie was able to use that as a moment to troll speaks volumes. Charleston White is not invincible, and the thing he is most dependent on is being the one who controls the temperature of every room he enters. The moment someone else controls the temperature, he has nothing.
I have a problem with rappers and I listen to rap.
The convicted killer who testified against his friends to survive, who came home and built something real that helped the kids in the real community, who then discovered that helpfulness does not trend, who built an antagonist persona so effective that it made him famous, still uploading, now doing comedy shows mixed with plays. But the usual love Charlie would get from the community began to fade. The same audience he claimed to be saving was now watching him for the exact opposite reason.
Why would you go to an HBCU? To promote black education. Why would you stick to I went to a white school. But what happened?
So now the question isn't whether Charleston White is right or wrong. It's how many people are about.
That's a good question. Do you think because him being a troll on YouTube and playing a character that steered him away from his black civil activist duties, and people started looking at him only as a troll and not as a person, as an activist for his community? That's a good question. Put your thoughts in the comments on that.
Copy.
Hey, listen. Hold on. What's up?
Because once the internet rewards something, it doesn't ask if it's right. It just asks for more of it. And if you think Charleston White is calculated, wait until you see how DJ Academics perfected it. If you like this one, you'll probably like my other cap stories, including DJ Academics.
All right, that's about it. If you wanna check out the rest of that content, make sure you go to Moxie Approved, good brother. And go ahead and subscribe to him. That was some good content. So, man, so much. This is crazy. Man, Fort Worth native. This is why it's a little bit close to home, but could not be biased. Had to be straight up with it. The things he does, I don't approve of certain things, but certain things I do approve of. I do approve of him as a black man because he does carry himself and conduct himself as such. I don't approve him making it harder from cats who are already on probation and stuff, man. You know, you already preach, hey, they ain't gonna do nothing, but then you turn around and call the police on them. So I don't think that's cool. Especially you know what I'm saying, doing time at such a young age, and you coming out and you know how that system is. So you even try to, excuse me, shoot, I've been smoking. You even try to implement and try to get active into programs that you know that will change those type of systems that was not fit for rehabilitation for juveniles. So it's crazy because, like I said, this his hometown. I've actually seen this man get active in his community, and going from that to this, I mean, just to get the attention. But now it don't even look like it's a message anymore. It's just like, you know, it's for clout and for fame. It's like he forgot that, you know, I'm just a character, but how I really am is this person that helps out the community, this person that helps out HBCU schools, want to shed some light on there. Why are y'all not putting more funding in HBCU schools? But yet still y'all quick to throw that money in the white folks colleges. They deserve, when y'all giving them you know, educational funding, why do they get the short end of the stick? Like, I don't hear him in that type of active form. I understand because he's doing comedy and all that, but you never stop, you know, feeding your community, whether it's with knowledge, whether it's blueprints to the power, or whether it's you know, making a positive difference. Now, yes, I understand the majority of cats that threaten him are crash dummies, because I'm not finna go on the internet and threaten this man when knowing good and well he done told you a million times to call the police on you. So that's on them. I understand that completely. I understand the assignment, right? But at the same time, how did you go from community activist, if you see on the picture towards your left, well, towards my left, you can see him, one of the old pictures as an activist. I like that. I think you should have brought that out more and implement it into your craft and shine more light on that. Build centers, build NAs and AAs, build people who can come in as instructors and build a trade center. These are the things I thought he was going for, but he's going now with Aiden Ross. Could it be possible? And I'm asking the audience, I'm asking the YouTube world, could it be possible that he's just going into that direction? He just said he's going streaming. So, but will that streaming helping out, also helping out his community, like he put so forth to do when he became released? But like I said, these are my reactions, my opinions, my thoughts. Put your thoughts in the comments. And I want to thank y'all for coming on out. Those of you who are new, again, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Man, we got more and more content coming after this. We out.
Yeah. Southern Force in the building, turn the speakers up. We don't just watch, we break it down and cut it up. They said react channels everywhere will make you different. We don't just play the clip, we talk facts and we listen. From the South with the Force, yeah, the name got weight. When we press that record, know the take will resonate. We don't chase cloud waves, we dissect the scene. From the streets to the net, yeah, we cover in between. If it's viral, controversial, water, culture, and flames, we bring truth to the table, never water the game. Southern Voice, global reach, yeah, the brand stay rising. Real reactions, only no fake, surprising. If it's cat, we call cat. If it's real, we salute. Either way, hit subscribe, get the uncensored truths. Hey, Southern Force Media, yeah, we live with the reacts. Play the kid, pause quick, then we speak on the facts. From the South to the world, yeah, the channel intact. If you want, we'll talk back. Southern Force Reacts, they debate in the comments, we address it on screen. No script, just insight, keep the convo clean. Whether music or drama, internet or the streets, we translate what you see to what it really means. Independent grind, yeah, the platform self-made. No industry filter on the words that we say. If it's trending, we trend it, but we never gon' fold. Authenticity louder than the story you told. Hey, Southern Force Media, yeah, we live with the reacts. Play the clip, pause quick, then we speak on the facts. From the South to the world, yeah, the channel intact. If you want, we'll talk back. Southern Force Reacts. So when you see that logo pop up, you already know. Real reactions, real perspective, Southern Force, let's go. Southern Force Media, yeah, we live with the reacts. Play the clip, pause quick, yeah, we speak on the facts. From the South to the world, yeah, the channel intact. If you want, real talk back. Southern Force Reacts. So when you see that logo pop up, you already know. Real reactions, real perspective, Southern Force, let's go.